everybody, and welcome to Charles Buddy Boulding Day. Appreciate everybody making it out here for today's event as we honor our legendary coach. A beautiful day today, thankfully after the rain last night. It's great to see everybody out here. We're lining up all of his former players and getting ready to start things off, but we'd like to show you a brief video about our coach. 2013 marks the 35th year as the skipper of our baseball team, and it's hard to truly measure the impact that he has had during his time here at Longwood. Just a heads up, going to be getting an on-field ceremony.
I can remember the very first game that Longwood ever played here under the coach Buddy Boulding. That was the spring of 1979, and he is just as hard at it now, 35 years later, as he was then.
There aren't that many coaches that coach for 35 years, let alone coach for 35 years in the same program, and really start the program from scratch.
Right from the first day when you step on campus, he makes you learn responsibility. Makes you become a man real fast. Doesn't take excuses.
As a freshman, you kind of got to earn it, and as you get older, he kind of gives you a little freedom.
The program he sets up here is basically a meritocracy. You don't earn anything just by showing up. So as far as life goes, that's I guess what you learn as a baseball player from Buddy is that you got to prove yourself before you're worthwhile.
Coach Boulding has been like a father figure. He's there through the ups and downs. He reassures me that if there's anything that I need, that he'll have my back on it.
It's like every season, every game has been a brick, and he puts one brick on top of another brick on top of another brick. He's an architect, but he's using something that's much dearer and more meaningful than marble or stone. He's using real human beings.
He had a big impact on my life as far as like the toughness and his military background. So.
Yeah, it seemed like we went from a rookie freshman in his mind to I think we're all Lancer greats now in the book.
Well, he's taught me to be a man, work really hard, and take responsibility for your actions.
Over these 4 years, he's actually meant a lot to me. He always shows confidence in me, gets on me at times when I was younger, and it really helped me develop to be the pitcher I am now.
He's definitely a player's coach. He always wants the best for his player no matter what.
He wants you to grow up to be the best person you can possibly be, and even though sometimes he seems hard on you. Whenever he gets mad, he just starts yelling, and who knows what's coming out of his mouth, but he definitely lets you know that he's upset.
He broke a lot of pencils in the dugout.
You don't warm up out here, you warm up in the building.
He does have a gruff exterior, but inside he's a teddy bear. Loves his players, loves his family, and his family loves him.
Yeah, the impact he's had has gone far beyond the confines of Buddy Boulding Stadium. It's gone into the lives of these people who remember him 20 years later and make the long trip back to Farmville to sit at his feet once again. He's the master.
Like, he's taught me that my teammates are a family, and one day I'm going to have to take care of family myself, and he's been a role model.
I think he probably does bleed Lancer blue, and he's a through and through baseball, and he's a straight up guy.
I mean, it is special. His last year out of 35 years, I guess it is a special thing, and you got to cherish it.
For Coach Boulding, it's the culmination of just all of his work over the last 35 years to finally get entry into a conference and, put up the Longwood name against these other schools that we've played as an independent but have never really got on the same field and had the same opportunities to play for a championship.
The baseball program has been so successful and has gone from Division III to Division II to Division I and has had success at all of those stops. A number of players have gone on to play professionally. A lot of other players have gone on to coach baseball. A lot of other players have gone on to be successes in life, and I think the number of men that Coach Boulding has touched over those 35 years is incredible.
Buddy's persistence, his influence, will be like ripples across a lake. You'll have no idea where they end because his ball players go on forever into the future.
He's serious most of the time, but sometimes when he's throwing BP, he can bring out a few jokes.
Years ago, his old red tractor was on top of the tarp, and the wind came up underneath and pulled the tarp up and threw the tractor up 50 feet up in the air.
His favorite thing to say is, don't hit nobody, don't walk nobody.
He doesn't ever give signs, but when he does, it's usually just up to you.
Throw strikes, and if not, he'll indent it into your brain.
AKTIF.
Again, to thank and honor Coach Charles Buddy Bolding for all that he has done for Longwood. Wanted to acknowledge a few folks who are here today. Obviously, Coach Bolding, our Director of Athletics, Troy Austin, our former president, Dr. Henry Willett, and Buddy's family that is here with us this evening, Aaron Bolding, Buddy's cousin, Brad Bolding, along with Lauren and Dana, his two daughters and son, and also, of course, Buddy's wife, who you all know very well, Andrea Bolding, or to Buddy's players, simply Mama. Let's give them all a warm welcome. Coach Bolding has made such a strong impression on so many people during his time at Longwood, including the man I would like to hand things over to now to say a few words. He was Longwood's president from 1967 to 1981. During his time here in Farmville, he ushered in Longwood through the process of going coeducational in 1976. Part of that process was starting male intercollegiate athletics, which meant starting a baseball program from scratch. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the man that hired Buddy Bolding, Dr. Henry I. Willett.
Thank you very much, Scott. I'm delighted to be back at Longwood today and to recall that day in the late 1970s when we were in the process of hiring a baseball coach. If memory serves me, we had a large number of applicants. The search committee indicated that they had narrowed it to 3, and they would like to bring those 3 to the campus. Frankly, I have no recollection of 2 of the candidates, but I remember one of them very, very well. And he came into my office that day, very well dressed, well groomed, well mannered, but I was puzzled because he was carrying a briefcase. But that puzzlement soon evaporated because he reached in the briefcase, he took out a baseball, he handed it to me and said, "Dr. Willett, I want to be your baseball coach." Ladies and gentlemen, we hired Charles Buddy Bolding, and history attests to the success that he has had here. You didn't come here today to listen to me, but I want to tell one other Buddy Bolding story before I turn things back to Scott. In 1980, we were moving along, the program was progressing, and even though we were a Division III school, Buddy took on the big boys. And in 1980, we had a home-and-home series with the University of Virginia. We played them early in the season up there and lost 10-8, a close ball game. And then Virginia came to Longwood to play us. Now, the diamond at that time was over the right field fence, just to the right of where the softball facility is here. We had a pitcher's duel that day, and we went to the top of the 9th with Longwood leading 13-12. And frankly, I was stressed. 1-run lead, top of the 9th, and I was on edge. And then something happened that calmed me down. The bus driver for the Virginia team went to his bus, started up the engine. And I said to myself, this guy knows something that I don't know. And he was right. Virginia was not going to score in the 9th inning, and he wanted to get a head start heading back to Charlottesville. Buddy, we thank you for all that you have done for Longwood, the influence you have had on the young men who have gone through the program. I think the lessons that they have learned from you will stand them in good stead wherever they may be. Let me quote from an inscription over the entrance to the field house at the United States Military Academy at West Point, which states this far better than I. On the fields of friendly strife are sown the seeds that in other years and on other fields will bear the fruits of victory. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't help but speculate over the events in Boston in the last few days. I believe that the first responders, the law enforcement officers, etc., learned many of their lessons on the athletic field. Buddy, we wish to you and in family the very, very best. Good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you, Dr. Willett. Appreciate the time and great to hear those stories. I want to take a quick moment and acknowledge the alumni that have come out for the game here today. Let's hear a round of applause for all Buddy's former players. I want to turn things over now to our Director of Athletics, Mr. Troy Austin, to introduce Buddy.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you all for being here today on this very special occasion. Really excited for today, and truth be told, it's more than deserved and long overdue. So thank you, Buddy, for all that you've done for me. Won't go into any of the true stories about what Buddy and I have talked about in the offices and during some of our meetings, but please know he's done a lot to motivate me, to mentor me, and to help the athletics department succeed. So really a gratitude goes to Coach Boulding. Now, Coach Boulding, if you can come up to the stage for a second. Andrea, Mrs. Coach Boulding as well. Andrea, if you can come up for a second. This is the dynamic duo that has guided Longwood baseball through the past 35 years and helped mold the lives of many young men. And Longwood is very much in debt to their efforts, their sacrifices, and to their family sacrifices. Today we have a small token of gratitude for both of them. Coach Boulding, we have this home plate signed by many of your players, and I'm sure signed to be by many more in the future. And for Andrea, who served as the PA announcer and assistant coach over the years, we have some flowers and a plaque commemorating all of her service. Buddy told me this week, he said, Troy, I really don't want to do this. I don't want any of the attention on me, and I don't believe I deserve it. And Buddy, I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with you. You're a tremendous man, and you've done a lot for me and the people who stand behind you. So again, thank you, and the microphone is yours.
I'm not going to stand here for 20 minutes and run on and on and on. So I'll get it done, and I'll get it done quickly. We here at Longwood, our baseball men, have been special to me and to my wife, Andrea. I met her the first day of college many, many years ago, and she gave me a chance with a beautiful lady, and she's been the inspiration from many of the things that we've accomplished in baseball. A magnificent announcer, and the scoreboard's usually right when she keeps it. We have the right number of strikes and balls and outs and those insignificant things. But she's been masterful at helping these young men in their walk forward in life. Many, many times, young men who played for me brought their future wives to her under some trumped-up idea so that they could pass muster with her. And so that's a fact. And I'll thank you all. I love this institution. We love it together. All three of our children attended this wonderful institution. And I think they had a great experience here. For those men who are standing there in front of the home plate dugout, I've been mostly skeleton and bones and a little bit of cartilage left these last couple of years. But I have the same inspiration, the same love, the same determination for you to be better men, to be better baseball players, and most of all, to be competitors in the game of life, so that when you step away, that when you join that group behind that group of chairs over there, you will stand among men who tower in whatever it is that they follow in life. And so I want to just thank you all, and God bless you.
A quick note to any former players who are out here or here today, if you could, please make your way after we wrap things up behind the dugout to sign the Buddy Bolding Day home plate, please. We'll have it on a table right behind the Lancer dugout. Well, thank you again for showing all of this support for Coach Bolding here today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask you to please rise and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem. Today's national anthem singer is a senior music education major here at Longwood who was born and raised here in Farmville, currently student teaching in Chesapeake, Virginia. Please welcome Miss Sarah Cave.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallant